actually going to do like this. We're going to take text block, put it inside the horizontal box. Actually, okay. So so this is something I've been teaching myself a little lately, is that apparently if you use horizontal and vertical boxes like crazy, it can look really just significantly better than just having it kind of around. Fill, fill. Make sure this is about even here. Okay. First one, boom. That's at the top. Second part, boom. We need to... I need this to be a little bit larger. Actually, going to stick this in the vertical box, this in the vertical box. Then I'm going to take this vertical or this horizontal box, go fill. We're going to say fill and fill, and that looks a little bit better. It's not perfect, but it is definitely a lot more organized than it was. That is for certain. Anchor right in the center. Compile, hit play. That is significantly better looking. Holy shit. Okay. Now, so literally all this was, for those of you who are interested, is I just took the information we already had. So these are all the same buttons we've been using, all of the same text, everything. All I did was create a group of vertical and horizontal boxes to put those in, and then anchored the main box that holds everything into the middle. So now all of this information is just blocked out. It sits there and does exactly what it's supposed to do, without us ever having to mess around with anything else. So we're going to stretch this out a little bit and then stretch this that way a little bit. Actually, I want it to take up more space because I feel like it was a bit small. It could be a bit larger. That's better-ish. That's a bit too large for what we actually need, but it works. And I'm about to do the same thing with the other one, because that actually is a much more efficient system than what I originally had. So let's go to our initial stats. Bloop. Okay. So scroll down here. We're just going to start grabbing all kinds of horizontal box. We want to put points left into the horizontal box. We want to put this text block into the horizontal box. We want to fill that gonna fill that. Okay. Then we need we're actually going to do a bit of a then we're going to take that horizontal box after we put this into this one, and then we're going to take that, then we're going to take this, okay, so the one problem I'm seeing with this pattern so far is that as we do this, it makes it incredibly difficult to move this box. That's just something I've noticed, having to do things like this. I'm sure there's a more efficient way to do it. I am pretty much positive there's a more efficient way to do it. But anyways, for now, I'm going to minimize that, minimize that. Finalize is going to be at the end. Okay, horizontal box. Boop. Thank you. Okay, and then I'm going to make another horizontal box. Sorry, this thing is wanting to fight me right now. We're gonna do that. Minimize. Take this, put it inside the dexterity block. Take this, put it inside the dexterity block. And I realize this probably isn't the most entertaining thing in the world. I do apologize. But one of those, trying to make this look a little bit more efficient. So there's not much I'm going to be able to do to make it more interesting right now, because this is unfortunately I'm going to use this as kind of like the cleanup, make it look pretty, make it look at least prettier than it did stream. Constitution. Boom. Get the text block. Okay, this one might need to be stretched out just a little bit. Which means I'm pretty much going to have to stretch out the rest of them just to match. Let's see. Okay. Intelligence, wisdom, charisma. Stretch that out. Let's see here. Oops. Actually want that in that one. Okay, there's that. And then one last big box, which is going to be the thing that contains all the other ones. The hell? Okay, that's interesting. Pile, anchor right in the middle. So let's see. So this one comes up, randomize, boom. Okay, it needs a little bit of work, but text block. Justification, align text right. Actually, we'll do center. I want center. I prefer center justification.